From PlayStation to Nintendo to Xbox to Steam Deck to PC to gaming laptop to mobile gaming. I like drawing, frolicking in the woods, mud between my feet, and not socializing. The reason why I'm talking about this, you will see throughout the video. I'm a full-time content creator. I'm not a privileged person.
Oh, really? Even though you went as far to say
gaming nerdy from PlayStation to Nintendo to Xbox to Steam Deck to PC to gaming laptop to mobile gaming.
But you're not a privileged person, you know? And the funny thing is, understand that there's people in this world that are actually struggling, and you was out here naming all these products. Look at that gaming laptop, a PC, a Switch 2, a Steam Deck, a PS5, and an Xbox Series X. And you probably got about $1,000 phone, and you out here telling people that I'm not privileged. Oh, really?
Throughout the video, I'm a full-time content creator. I'm not a privileged person. I do not come from a place of privilege at all. I have gone from living in cars, from my mum having nothing for her working hard and getting her master's, to
congratulations,
have the things that she has in her life now. I don't come from...
We call that humble beginnings. Okay, you came from somewhere. You came from some form of struggle. But understand, son P, people are struggling now. You know, I mean, this to me sounds like nothing but entitlement. You should be grateful, which I assume you are, for the things that you have. To sit there and go as far to say that I'm not a very privileged person, even though you mentioned like 6, 7 worths of electronics that you possibly use every day, is very disingenuous to say, considering that there's people that barely even have one. I mean, didn't you hear people still playing on the PS4?
A privileged place at all.
Oh, really?
I started my YouTube with...
But yet you have a home where you can lay your head. Wow. You see, you know, and this is what people complain about, man. And like I said, ain't nobody trying to knock this girl's hustle. But it comes down to stuff like this, though. You want to go as far to say that you're not a privileged person, but yet you are living better than the average person on this earth.
A mobile phone and a dream, and it excelled from there. I'm not a liar. I will never lie to my following. I have turned down so many brand deals, gambling, or anyone who supports things that don't align with me or my morals. I would rather not collab because I'm not really a super social person, so it would be like I'm trying to get something out of them.
What does this have anything to do with the response of this guy's video, of Original Paragon?
Tried it before, it wasn't really something that I enjoy. So what I'm trying to say is, I try and stay really authentic. I'm not going to take a brand deal that doesn't align with my morals. And this has happened a lot to me recently and another creator. You probably know it would beat 'em ups.
Oh, I don't want to hear about this. Especially after that fake rumor and all this other fake stuff that's been going on. No, I don't think anybody want to hear about this. I think you should be the last. Even the Nintendo community has addressed that situation with him. I don't think you want to take that high road and be like, yeah, you know, him and this other content creator, bro, he ain't even thinking about you. He got a wife of his own. What are you doing, girl? He ain't thinking about you. He already got a girlfriend.
We'll have multiple videos made about him because he's doing something right. He's a successful guy. And recently I've been...
It's not that it's successful. I don't think people personally care about that. It's the fact that he lied about those Nintendo rumors, if y'all remember. And there's a few other things that we all know about. But besides that, you guys are so entitled that you think nobody can talk about Nintendo. That is the problem. And now you want to address Original putting devil horns on his head. There ain't nothing that man said bad about you. He barely even talking about video gaming. He just went as far to look at the Nintendo community. He's like, this is ridiculous. This is like, you know, Disney for adults at this point.
Thumbnail of 3 videos this year. The video that has really bothered me is a recent one of a guy who I would say was moralless, has made a video bashing Nintendo creators.
Are these creators?
Oh, he can't do that. Oh.
They're even sponsored by Nintendo themselves, and they will get...
I'm not a Nintendo creator. I love Nintendo, and we're going to get into the reason why I love Nintendo. So anyway, me and Wood, beat 'em ups, have been on his thumbnail of his video of him bashing Nintendo creators.
Yeah.
I would say the
So
reason I love Nintendo and speak about Nintendo so much is because Nintendo are one of the franchises that I would say saved my life.
Now, Son P, now I'm happy to hear that, but that to me is a problem. Okay, if you're looking at a video game and you're saying that this is what saved your life, then I think you need to do a lot of life reaching going on in your life, man. Like I said, I know gaming is about enjoyment, but this is where this whole corporate slavery comes about. Because you're like, I own Nintendo because Nintendo say, I mean, I don't know how they did that considering you had to buy it. What happened if you didn't have no money to buy these Nintendo products? Would it had still continued to save your life? I don't think so. It seems like these companies, what they do is they take advantage, even I think he goes far to say, of these millennial gamers that remember about the nostalgia with Pokemon, and they use this type of magic on y'all so y'all can go out there and buy these products. You know, you guys are a bunch of children at heart, and Nintendo knows this. That's why they keep pumping out all these products. But guess what? The kids ain't getting them. It's adults like you.
There was a time in my life where I just didn't want to be here, and that's okay to say. And
Which
I mean
is
that
unfortunate.
wholeheartedly. I don't mean that as, you know, passively. I was in a very bad place. And Nintendo 3DS, I think it was Hometown Story, weirdly enough, is what pulled me out of that weird depression that I had. So Nintendo will always have a...
Which is sad because that's not even a game made by Nintendo, but go ahead.
Very, very big place in my heart for that reason as well. I'm actually gonna try and bring... You make a whole channel bashing other people's likes. Very weird. And I get it. By the demeanor and the looks of this guy, he probably hates his life. But just...
Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. You know, you guys went as far to bash even his shoe collection. You know, his shoes cost way more than any video game that y'all even got on the wall. Man, leave the man alone, bro. Talk about he ain't even got a proper haircut. You know, while y'all here talking about how you was poor and how Nintendo saved your life. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't go as far to insult the person. Now, we keeping it gaming. We keeping it based off what it's supposed to be, which is what he did. Saying, I don't understand. Moist Critical does this all the time. Look at that. People going crazy for these Pokemon cards. You know, you guys found out what happened about somebody getting unfortunately hurt over these cards. So, that's the problem? You guys are that mad? If anything, you should be in agreement with him. Yeah, I like Pokemon, but damn, that's a little excessive, don't you guys think? Oh, but no. You can't talk about Nintendo because if you do, clearly these Nintendo fan girls and boys get mad about it.
Make a whole channel based on hate and make money off it is morally so incorrect. So the preface of his video, and I've not actually watched it, I used the AI review, I'm sorry, but I did. And this whole...
So you didn't even watch the video. You just used the AI overview, and you think you have the... I actually watched the man's video, and you think you have the audacity to make a response on a video that you didn't even watch?
Is him basically saying that we are liars and we let Nintendo get away with anything in the world and we're just...
I mean, you guys technically kind of do. I mean, Wood was also a type of person. Matter of fact, we even referenced him a few times in this video talking about how he hates game key cards, and then the next video he has nothing but game key cards. He went as far to buy 4 versions of Street Fighter 6. I mean, it's even in your own videos. You think people are stupid? You don't think people see this? Like, oh, why are you complaining about game key cards if Wood is out here buying every single one of them? And then you guys want to complain about why the game ain't on the cartridge because of the behavior and the actions of what you people are doing. Like, how can you guys go as far to complain about something when you're contributing to that same problem that you hate? It makes no sense to me.
Bearable.
It's from people whose income depends on Nintendo being exciting, and they make videos whether or not there's real news to cover. They have to constantly put out new content, so they treat rumors as content regardless of their credibility, and they are never going to tell you to...
That is facts. There's nothing that he's saying is wrong about this.
Vote with your wallet because their income depends on it. A lot of these creators are even sponsored by Nintendo themselves, and they will get flown out to these events to cover the news and market the content to their subscribers. Their audience is forced to watch constant low-level Nintendo hype as a form of loser.
And I think a lot of the comments of
He's not lying about
Disney creators, the worst in Disney adults, for a start, What's wrong with a Disney adult? Miserable loser. Because when I go to Disney, I'm so happy and life is great and there's nothing.
You know what it is? That's called coping. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you something, girl. You need to seek reality, bro. Like, I understand she had some few, mental episodes or whatever. So I'm not going as far. If anything, I'm actually trying to help you. You feel me? Because there's something fundamentally wrong if you out here looking at a corporation which their whole concept is to make as much money off their dumb consumer base, right? And I have a Switch 2, so I probably have more Switch 2 games than you ever have. So let's not go through that direction, right? But the whole thing is that don't, just because I have a Switch 2 don't mean I have to have allegiance to it. It's an inanimate object, people. It's inanimate. It's non-living. I mean, there's something wrong with people, man.
Wrong with liking childish things. So if you have an issue
A child
with that, you're the loser.
Well, I hate to say it.
He's the
your
loser?
Dad's a loser. Okay?
Really?
And second of all, it's just about how we let Nintendo get away with everything. First of all, am I the police? What do you want me to do? Just stop enjoying Nintendo because they made some game keycard design, which honestly is awful, and I've spoke about that, so get your facts right.
Yeah,
so
and the same man that you defended is the same person that picked up every single one of them. So, I mean, what are we doing here?
the whole video is just saying how we let Nintendo get away with everything. Nintendo are a bad conglomerate company and we shouldn't support them. Every single company in the world is greedy. This guy making the video is greedy.
There's a greedy piglet that suckles on a taxpayer.
Something that I don't like. For instance, when I sign a deal with a brand, I'll make sure the contract...
But you went as far to complain about that he does it, but then you go as far to talk about sponsorship deals that you have even on your own okay. And this is the hypocrisy, man. At the end of the day, it's about keeping it real, though. That's all it is. So the fact that you're getting so offended based off what this man said, and wasn't even you, it was several other Nintendo content creators. I mean, it's crazy. Who would have thought Harmon Smith has the biggest balls in the Nintendo community? Who would have thought? Give a round of applause to Harmon Smith for the tough skin that man has. Oh my goodness. But when you talk about Nintendo to these fools, but you know what? I think Sun P's right. Who cares? Who cares if Nintendo don't put the game on the cartridge? Who cares if they charge you $10 for World Showcase? Who cares if we're still using friend codes? Right? Why does it matter? We're not the police. Who cares if somebody goes out there and buy a Virtual Boy and get blinded for a week? Who cares? Who cares if we buy cardboard from Nintendo for $100 and something for my Labo set? Who gives a rat's behind? It ain't hurting nobody.
It's fully how I like it because it's between two people. I'll edit it, I'll take things out, I'll say, no, sorry, I don't agree with that, I'm taking it out. And I will speak how I like about every single game. Bearing in mind that I don't do game reviews that are contractually based, really. I'm not lying about liking them because the whole freaking world is playing them. I have this mindset.
That's not true.
That just because you don't like it means the rest of the world can't enjoy it.
Well, guess what? I like Nintendo and I agree with him. You see how that works? I like Nintendo and I agree with him. I agree with his stances. I agree with his point of views. You see how this works now? Son P? Maybe you got your socks so tied up on your feet. I don't know. What are you talking about?
Because for one, that's incredibly selfish.
Oh, really?
And honestly, it's loser behavior. If you want to sit there...
See, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Because you know what? To me, and you're being disrespectful. So like I said, I'm going to go there with you. You're calling him a loser, but yet you're the one that said that Nintendo saved your life. You was out here dependent on I could really go in detail, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to be respectful because that's just the type of person I am. But I could really say something that would hit deep in your heart and will make you feel some type of way. But we're not going to do that. And honestly, it would only come through real love because I generally have respect for everybody. But you're calling him a loser, but yet you was the one dependent on a company to save your life. What? Oh, I could add something else to it, but I just don't want to do it for this video.
hate on someone
I
for
just
making content that you don't like because it's around a franchise you don't like. You should have better things to do in your life.
I mean, he's talked about several things that are people losing themselves over trends. I mean, Moist Critic, like I've said before, talked about how these losers are buying all these Pokemon cards and the kids can't even get a pack. What do you think about that? What do you think about none of the kids that actually want to grow up and learn about Pokemon the way we did as kids, and they can't even get a pack of Pokemon cards because you adults are going out there buying them like a bunch of savages?
Go literally touch some grass, play in the garden, and leave everyone alone. I think it's
there we go. That's what I'm saying. Hey, girl, you're the one doing it. You're the one insulting him. You're the one being disrespectful. You're the one taking personal attacks. All he did was talk about a corporation. But this is what happened. This is the definition of a corporate slave. If you attack Nintendo, you're attacking me. You see? If you don't like what I like, you're attacking me. That's how these Nintendo... I mean, the man was absolutely right with his video. I mean, you can't go wrong.
Bullying. I think a lot of people think it's okay to do because I put myself out there on the internet. But honestly, the main
I mean, you even got your own boyfriend messaging him in his thing. Your own man. Oh, my goodness.
And it's bothering me so much isn't because of me. It's the people who will watch these videos and feel embarrassed about liking things and then stop liking them because this random on the internet thinks it's not cool or it's not okay to like.
Honestly, it isn't. And I like Nintendo.
Just because you don't like it doesn't mean the rest of the world can't like it. And this trend of...
And just because he doesn't like it doesn't necessarily give you the right to call him a loser. Right? I mean, you want him to respect your point of views, but you're not doing the same from him. That's hypocrisy.
Bashing people that like Nintendo is honestly the weirdest
thing
ever.
bashing.
And it's bullying and it's nasty.
It's bullying. Oh my goodness. So when somebody don't like something that you have, it's bullying. Matter of fact, I don't like that plant that you have in the background. It's just, I don't know. The rest of the home looks very well put, but something about that plant in the background is just, it looks fake. It looks artificial. Oh, you're bullying. I'm not a fan of those curtains either. I mean, you can do something else with those curtains, girl. Oh, they bullying me. I see you got a Halloween and a Scream photo out there. I prefer Jason Voorhees. I like Friday the 13th. Oh, you're bullying me. You guys don't know what bullying is. If anything, you guys are doing a huge disservice to people that actually do get bullied in the world. And you was out here getting mad because he don't like what you like. And he's entitled to not like what you like, just like you're entitled to not like what he likes. It's that simple, people. But you're going as far to call him a loser. He's money hungry. Oh, my goodness.
It's mean, and the amount of comment on his video agreeing with him absolutely terrifies me.
What it terrifies you about what? What terrifies me is that with your mindset, we're going to get more game keys.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm terrified.
It just makes me sick. It makes me think, why are people so mean? And I think
because he talked about a company that you like? Oh my goodness. I can't believe this. I can't believe we're going this direction with this. This is laughable. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna be honest.
A world where people are dying all the time.
Now we doing this? Are you kidding me? Come on, son P. What are you talking about, bro? He's talking about a video game company, and you was out here bringing all this other. Oh my! You know what? I'm just going. Just go ahead. Go ahead. Just go ahead.
Many reasons making videos.
Let's hear that again.
It just makes me sick. It makes me think, why are people so mean? And I think in a world where people are dying all the time for so many reasons, making videos.
Yeah, and you know, since you brought that up, what about those people that, you know, unfortunately what happened, I brought that up, and Moist Critical talked about how somebody lost their life for some Pokemon cards. What do you think about that? Has Nintendo came out and printed out more cards for the people? Have they made it easier for these kids to get these cards? How come Nintendo's not saving their life, but yet it saved yours? Because Nintendo's not saving anybody. All they cared about is money. All they care about is their money going up. And that's fine. We're all fully aware of that. The question is, he's telling you guys of how stupid the Nintendo community is for being essentially suckers to it, which he's absolutely right.
On people's enjoyments.
Oh, here we go. But weren't y'all bashing the man for his shoes, though?
It's really horrible. Nintendo is something that makes my mental health better.
Girl, listen, man, and I'm really saying this from the heart. You need something else, all right? Nintendo is just a company, or just like anything, a hobby to enjoy. It will never bring you true happiness. That's why you complain about what he's saying about your favorite company. As you can see, you have become a slave. You have depended on it because Nintendo, from the graces of God, has saved you for some apparent reason. Forget Jesus. We got Nintendo saving people. Oh my goodness, this is some of the worst blasphemy I've ever heard in my life. But hey, by all means.
And without video games, I wouldn't want to be on this planet. I wouldn't.
You know, that to me is very unfortunate. You know what I mean? Because like I said, you see what I'm saying? But you're calling him the loser, though. You're calling him the loser. You're calling him the loser. Wow. Now, I guarantee, even though he likes his shoe collection, but I guarantee, I don't even think he would go as far to say that about his own shoe collection.
Have much of a purpose. Video games have saved my life. So honestly, the reason I'm making this video is because I've kind of been accused of lying to my followers and enjoying Nintendo in a fake way. When really, I've only ever had one Nintendo sponsorship, and I currently have another one in the whole 10 years of making Nintendo content.
Yeah, you see that? You see? That just goes so far to show you that Nintendo don't care about you. Because if they did, they'd be out here giving you all the Nintendo products for free. Yep, well, keep giving them your money.
Two, I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this for clout.
I think we got it wrong. I think, you know what? I agree with you, Son P. You're not a Nintendo grifter. He's wrong. Bad game. So, you know, I think you're right about this. I think Son P was actually right this whole video. She's not a grifter. She's a Nintendo corporate slave. I think that's the appropriate term we should use. I really do. Because that is corporate slave behavior, bro. Ain't none of these companies. How, you know what? I could go in detail with this, man. Some real life lesson stuff. But we're just going to leave it there. But I don't know how you going to, like, for example, I'll just use me as an example. I would never put a company over my own mother or my own father that birthed me. You know what I'm saying? I would never do that. I would never say Nintendo saved me, but my father did it. My mother did it. People that actually raised me. Oh my goodness. What are we doing? See, I use myself. So I didn't use her. But I think a lot of people that catch on to what I'm saying know exactly where I'm going with this. Right? Damn.
I'm doing this because I genuinely enjoy it. If I was doing this for money, my thumbnails would be a lot different. Because
just like how you used to show your toes and your feet, right? Just like how you used to show your feet and how you used to pull your socks off. Yo, y'all don't remember that phase? Where she used to take her socks off and, you know, wiggle her little toes. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, please keep the socks on, girl.
Learn how the algorithm works. And I changed up my content because I don't want to appeal to certain people.
Oh, yeah, we know. Those simps. Y'all remember the foot simps.
If I wanted to make money, I would do so much wild stuff. So my issue is...
I mean... You kind of started off doing wild stuff and then you cut down. That's why now she don't even take the socks off no more, man. You know, I remember back then she used to be barefoot. Now she got socks on all the goddamn time.
Is that you're questioning my integrity now? And that's what's bothered me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be bothered. I just want
no reason to be bothered if none of it actually means anything.
Everyone to know watching this video. I'm not really a serious person like this. I am not lying. I am so passionate about video games. I stream them. I love them. I'll play them for hours. I enjoy them so much.
That's fine. I think a lot of people could say the same, but understand, Son P, you know, I got to get realistic with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because some of the stuff that you're saying is very troublesome to anybody. You feel me? And I'm happy that video gaming has brought excitement in your life and maybe, helped with some form of depression or whatever you deal with in your day-to-day life, which like I said, is very unnecessary. But that is good that you found some purpose. But I'm going to say this. You got to find purpose in life regardless, because if gaming just one day said poof, or gaming just stopped being fun for you, what are you going to do, Son P? That's not a good mindset to have. She could take this and take it personal, but in reality, I'm coming at her with all love, because that's what love is. Love is just not about acceptance. Love is about telling things, even no matter how bad it hurts. There's things that I heard throughout my life that at the time, I didn't like hearing it, but then I was like, you know what, as time went on and I've learned my life lessons, I was like, damn, this was very necessary, you know, and I'm doing the same for you. And as a person, right, especially as a person of God, like, y'all, you got to do better, man. You know, you can't just because once video gaming stops being enjoyable, or something, God forbid, happens, like your hand, I don't know, you have arthritis and you can't play games the way you want anymore. What are you going to do with your life? You have a lot of purpose. You have a lot of value in the world besides just a video game. It's a hobby. It's not your identity. You serve more of a purpose. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes, Nintendo has some flaws, just like I have so many flaws, just like every brand has flaws. There's no perfect brand, but it doesn't mean that we are lying weirdos. And yes, I am immature. I'm immature as hell, but I'm not getting rid of my childlike whimsy. This is what keeps me going. This is what keeps me happy.
I don't even think that's the problem. Like, I think, like, you're assuming that he's saying that he's making fun of people that are adults that like Nintendo because it reminisces with children, but he's not even saying that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very disappointed that you even got Mr. T. And I like Mr. T, but Mr. T, don't do that. You know what I mean? Don't do that. You know what I mean? Don't be going around defending her because she's a Nintendo fangirl. Don't do that, bro. You feel me? I like Nintendo too. I got a lot of Nintendo. I got thousands of Nintendo Switch 1 games. Okay? And I got Switch 2 titles as well too. Let's not do this. You feel me? Let's be rational. There's a lot of complaints going on with Nintendo. That's exactly what the man did. There's no reason to defend any of this behavior. That's all I'm saying.
I don't need to act like an adult who is stressed out by the trash.
But you are an adult. You are an adult. You're an adult.
Life activities. I make videos about games and toys and whimsical things. Why would I be mature? Don't be silly. Gosh. This is kind of...
I mean, it's fine to be a child at heart, but there's at times you have to be an adult.
In my defense video, but also be yourself, everyone. Don't let these horrible, mean people...
You see, you're doing it again, son. You're doing it, and that's just for you to, like, it's projecting. It's projection at its finest. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. All he did was talk about a corporation that you love, and you love so much. Stop doing that.
Make you feel bad about who you are, okay? Because
he makes you feel bad about who you are because he talked about your company, which is Nintendo. See, this is what happens. This is what happens with fanboys. When you talk about their favorite plastic box, they take it as you're attacking them because they don't have their own identity. Their identity is whatever plastic box that they're attached to. And that is a problem.
I like who you are unless you're a meanie. And
he's not me.
If they don't, we don't want to sit with them anyway. Enjoy Nintendo. Yes, Nintendo has flaws. Yes, the game cartridge key thing is crap. Hate it. I wish it didn't exist. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not sticking up for Nintendo. But I'm honest. Nintendo Switch 2, I love it. Could there be some changes? Yes. Could life have some changes? Yes. It just is what it is, and I'll take what I can get. On that note, sorry this is a serious video. My next video, I think, is...
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I don't know if she's going to get mad about this video, but at the end of the day, like I said, this is just all video games, man. You know, hopefully some of that encouragement, advice can not just help her, but also help people in the chat that struggle with depression. You have to find purpose in your life, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was at a time where I felt depressed because gaming was becoming not what I wanted, but you got to find new profound value within yourself. But I never was attached like this. You know what I mean? But hey, that's, I guess, to some adults out there, that's what they do. But shout out to Original, whatever, Prodigy, whatever his name is. Go check him out, Paragami, whatever, Prodigy, Paragami, whatever it is. Take care, guys. Peace out.